slow internet today, man. Wonder what my stream is like. Hope it's going out okay. Restream.io, let's have a look. Okay, so click on raw. Okay, so over here in my OBS, I can see a little green square, green light. Twitch is online. YouTube stream now, sending data. Seems okay. Frames per second, 2. I might change the timing of my show depending on what the internet's like, because we're very variable internet here in Australia. Okay, I've grabbed the protocol file. So now we're going to put that protocol file here. So we'll put gateway.protocol. So gateway.proto. I'll refactor it to make it all, you know, nicely clean and in the right place later. I just want to get it up to a minimum thing that actually works. Okay, well, let's try running this thing. npm run dev. Tab key. Nope. No, okay. Let's do that. There you go. Start dev. Not that one. Dev. Starting the compilation. 2 problems. What are they? Duplicate identifier. Oh yeah. Terminal. Sneaky dollar from not a ninja. Okay. Sneaky dollar. I'm not sure what that's a reference to. Oh yeah, the cut and paste of the commands, right? Yeah. It'd be good if they could display the dollar in the interface, but when you cut and paste it, the dollar doesn't copy. That would be cool. I don't know if you put it on another layer or what you'd do. Maybe a copy button. What is that package meant to be set to? This. Save that. See if it reloads. Yep. Okay. Invalid proto definition. Let's try moving it up there, see if that does it. Hit save. Oh yeah. Mock dist gateway protocol. Try this. Okay, so it's obviously not copying it into the dist folder. So I'm gonna do this. With enough ghetto coding, anything is possible. So I'll put that in there. And then we'll just go like this. See if that does it. Ta-da! Yes. Beautiful. So this is fast. Once you know what you're doing. Method handlers. Okay. So the first one we need to implement is topology, because as soon as we get a Zeebe client, it's going to call the topology. So let's try this out. Let's have a look in here. Method handlers. App module. Nope. App.service. Hero. Here we go. Hero controller. Let's read some documentation. Hero service that exposes a find one gRPC handler which expects. Okay. Hero service. RPC find one method. Okay. Okay, so let's have a look at the gateway protocol. These are the messages. And so somewhere in here there should be a service definition. Gateway. Okay, so let's go into our app controller. And we're going to create a gRPC method. So gRPC service. That's the name of the method, but it needs another parameter which is going to be called gateway. Is it called gateway or gateway service? Gateway. Gateway topology. Expected 0 to 1 but got 2. Okay. So I guess I have to put a method. A gRPC method. Okay, so we'll just change this to a method. gRPC method gateway, that's the service name. And then we need the actual method name, which is topology. I guess the easy way for us to get the interfaces, because I've already defined the interfaces in Zeebe Node. And then I exported the interfaces from and it's in Zeebe Node. Still bringing it down. Zeebe Node /interfaces. Yeah, interfaces. Yeah. That. Yeah, still installing. Post install, building the gRPC libraries, because they need to be rebuilt for every architecture. Installed. Yes. Okay. So. Okay, so the message hero by ID comes in. Okay. For that, let's give it an arbitrary name, which will be topology. It's going to take a... So let's find topology in here. Topology. This takes a topology request. Okay. Returns a topology response. Okay. It's going to return a topology response. Can we import that? Yes. Good. So in here, we're going to put in the data. And the topology request is actually empty. Topology request. Okay, so it's going to be that every time. Okay. Let's return something. Okay. Cool. Is that someone? Yep, someone buzzing the door. 1 second. Okay. The delivery man, BRB. Alright, good deal. It's the replacement cable for my Neurophone headphones. My Neurophone. Where did I put them? Headphones. Oh well, find them later. But Neurophones, if you're in Australia, you should definitely get some. They're the only headphones, it's a patented technology. What they do is they send sound waves into your ears and measure the frequency response of the return. So it builds like a personalized hearing profile, and then it modifies the sound in each ear, left and right, to match your hearing exactly. They are amazing. But you need a special cable to be able to plug them into, they're Bluetooth, so to plug them into my computer I had to get this cable. I left it on the plane. Next time. Okay, let's keep going with this thing. So we're going to return a new topology response. Okay. Well, it should be able to infer the type, right? Yes. Brokers. What? Cluster size, say 1. This is a mock response. Partitions count. Let's claim there are 2 partitions. Duplication factor 1. Okay. Broker info. Okay, so I gotta put a broker info object in here. And then as a host, which is of type what? Any. I don't know. Say localhost. Node ID 0. Partitions 1. Port 26501. Partition. Guessing. Partition ID. I don't know. Role. I think I can do this. This is from memory. Partition broker role. This is why I love TypeScript, man. Cluster size, and then we're going to say partitions 1. Replication factor 1. Okay. So there we have our mock response. Can't find Zeebe node interfaces. Okay, it's not copying it across. So, I'm going to force it to put it in here by doing this. Zeebe client. This is ghetto, man. So if app service dot, okay. Oh man, this is brutal. As any. Never. It's never going to be true. Wow. Okay. This is so bad. Save that. Cannot find module Zeebe node interfaces. Yeah, it definitely exists. Okay, what happens if I do this? Seems to work. Just take that out. Okay, I didn't need to do that. Alright. Successfully started. Ta. Good. Okay. So I like to look and test.
The most bizarre and brutal series of crimes in America.
Okay. Let's make this work. Hey, Mr. Minion Stealer 1. Okay, so we're going to import this from... I think we're in a good time zone for Australia, maybe India, New Zealand here. It's middle of the night in the States. Super early in the morning if you're in Europe. But the time is just right here. Okay, so I'm going to say it can serve as a topology request. Topology request. I'm using a Colmac keyboard these days, and because it's still got QWERTY keys on it, I have to touch type, which is the whole idea. Okay, so we've got the app. Let's have a look if there's an example of a test in one of these. NestJS gRPC server test. Nope. Here? Nope. It still assumes that it has an HTTP server. But our app I don't think does. Nope. Well, we initialize the app, so I think we can do this. So Zeebe equals a new Zeebe client. And then we should be able to expect this Zeebe client.connected to be true. What could possibly go wrong? npm run test. Okay, how's that looking? Failed. Okay. App controller spec.test. Here. Okay, so let's get rid of the test really. Turn that test into a nothing. And then run it again. npm run test. 48 minutes in. Okay. Where'd my screen go? The control key. And it's back. Okay.
We'll meet again.
Just ran the app controller test. It didn't run the end-to-end test. So let's have a look in the package JSON script at test end-to-end. Okay. Test : E to E. Yes, running the end-to-end test starts the server, I guess. Microservices listening. Ooh. So I should probably stop it from running here. Let's try this again. But in my test, what I can do is, let's do this. Log level. Set that to debug. Let's get some more debugging information out of it. Nope. But did we get more debugging information? That is the question. Hey, why can't I scroll? Like, what's up? And then let's try this. Put a timeout in here. Give it a little bit of time to do this. So if we're going to do that, set it for 3 seconds. Should be enough time. And then so we'll make it an asynchronous test by putting it passing and done. And what Jest does is it examines the function parameters to see. So in that case, to see if your function takes a parameter, and if it does, it makes it asynchronous and requires you to call done here. A little bit of magic. Reflection, like dynamic changing of the behavior based on the code at runtime. Okay, even after 3 seconds, it still says it's not connected. I don't even know what this does.
Above and beyond.
Okay, it doesn't necessarily start this thing here. Okay, so let's run one here. And then run the test here. And with the debug level set to log level set to debug, we should see some messages, but we don't. Well, let's make it longer and see what happens. Make it 10 seconds. And then so what we need to do here is we need to do Jest timeout. Because the set timeout, the standard timeout here is 5 seconds. So we'll make it 15.
Above and beyond.
Is this gonna work? Nope. Let's have a look. Okay.
I can feel it bursting through my veins. Your love's the only drug I know. But we've been playing the hand now.
Okay, let's try this.
I know that we can make it through the night, but
I wonder if you can do that. I know you can do xit, but I'm not sure about xdescribe. Let's see. You know, tests. Yeah, okay, good. So now we're just going to write something completely different in here. So describe. Describe. Just if you're watching this, this is not like how to do Nest correctly. This is just like hacking because I got no idea what I'm doing, so I'm figuring out as I go. So if I save that, so I'm just gonna log connection error. Connection error. Okay. That's not how you do that. This is how you do that. Save? Nope. Well, it's not your trailing comma. Like that. Save that. You can ignore that. And let's run it. Can service a topology request, so it creates a Zeebe client, and it should then try to connect to this thing. What? What? Okay. I don't know why that worked. It was supposed to throw an error and I was supposed to get more insight into why it didn't work before. Okay, let's try this. It's actually explicitly, because during the constructor of the Zeebe client, it makes a call to that topology request to make sure that there is a t equals Zeebe.topology. And it's a promise, so we're going to await it, and then if we're using await, we're going to have to make this whole thing asynchronous. Async. So there, sync, yeah, that. Yes, and then we should expect, oh, let's go full ghetto, console log that mofo out. Console.log t, yes. And then we'll do an expect here. One less star in the sky tonight. Expect t dot cluster size to be 1. To be 1. Save that. Tell it to ignore this. Well, actually, let's do this. Yeah. Save that. Hoist this to the top because it has a global effect. I should expose it so that I can see that. Yep. Run the test. This is our mock gRPC server. Oh, look at that. Okay, that's cool. That's really cool. I would say that's pretty spectacular for someone who doesn't know what they're doing to create that with Nest in like 60 minutes. What was the problem? Didn't call done, that's why. Since there's no... can do that. Go up here. What did I just do? I clicked on the wrong button there. Okay, why'd that fail? Because this makes no sense. Now it makes sense. Don't need that anymore. Did not exit 1 second after the test run is completed. Oh yeah, okay, so you gotta do this. You gotta do zeebe.close. Otherwise it'll keep the connection open. Okay, let's try this. Okay, so Zeebe close doesn't close fast enough. Probably because, it creates a gRPC connection to that server. So when you call close on it, it should close it and exit. Let's do this. Put this here. So actually this is actually a good test to see how this thing actually behaves. If that one fails, yeah, okay, so I'll do this. So we'll put a done in here. And then here, set timeout, so set timeout. Yep. And then in this timeout, what do we got to do? We got to do, well, let's wait for another 2 seconds afterwards. And then here, all done. I should have actually just called done without the set time to see if it causes the same error. Okay, so the topology works. Okay, so let's add another second to that. So that close. Oh, okay. Hang on. Maybe I need to await the close operation. Yeah, returns a promise. So let's try awaiting it. Okay, so it's between 1 and 2 seconds. Let's try this. Didn't exit 1 second after the test run is completed. Okay. So, I don't know how long it takes, but we could do this. This is the easiest way to do it. Move this after the assertion. await the closing. And then call done. According to my hypothesis, this should work. As long as it doesn't go for 5 seconds, which it shouldn't because it hasn't previously. And no, it didn't work. Like that. Let's try that. Nope. Okay. I mean, look, I proved that the gRPC server worked. I could just keep rolling on, but the whole point of creating this mock gRPC server is to get a way better understanding of how this client interoperates with the server. You all mind if I chew some gum while I'm doing this? I came here to chew gum and crush code, and I'm not out of gum yet. Okay, so well, if we do it like this, it's effectively the same thing. Missing semicolons, man. I have semicolons turned off normally, and then if it's not turned off, I just let the linter put them in.
Do what you want to get it back for us. You take your time, then let me know if you want to stay or if you want to go. I know you have difficulty knowing me, but you don't have difficulty showing me that we just need to.
Okay, this is strange because if I do this,
I'll take you on a wild adventure if you want to.
is this an artifact of how JS works?
Please just let me know. Won't you synchronize with me? You can be my everything, my everything. You can be my everything, my everything. Won't you synchronize with me?
As soon as we get this apology, we can call the close method.
You can be my everything, my everything. You can be my everything.
And then if we wait for 2 seconds, this worked previously. It must mean that
Haven't got unlimited time.
Zeebe close
Get to your prime. We're falling for love.
is
For lust, we're falling through everything.
resolving the promise before it's actually closed,
Summer's getting closer.
which means it's
Getting older.
probably a bug
Show me what you have to bring.
in this.
I'll take you on a wild adventure if you want to go.
So this return when it's safe to exit is not true.
Together, please just let me know. Won't you synchronize with me? You can be my everything, my everything. You can
So
be everything, my
let's look at the
everything.
close method.
Won't you
So CLOSE.
You can be my everything, my everything. You can be my everything, my everything.
So let's say we call this, there's no close promise. That's line 150. Find all references to this. Really? What? Go to the definition. No definition found. Okay, well, let's just use old school grepping then. Where does this get assigned? Double click it to keep it open. What? Oh dude, it never gets assigned. Oh, this doesn't actually return a promise. Oh no, it's got an await. So what I should have done here is like put that inside a promise. And call that the close promise. I did that to make it that if you called close in multiple places, you wouldn't trigger the same behavior. You don't want to, you know, if for example, if this got called in a loop somehow, you don't want it doing this over and over again multiple times. So I wanted to put a single promise in there. Close the gRPC channel, so let's have a look at this. Close. It's not a big class, this one. Close. Any. This dot work is for that one's going to be empty. Then it's going to call this gRPC. Modifying the code in production. Let's try this. So, okay, I'll patch the. I'll do a PR into the original thing. So, okay. So this dot close promise equals a new promise. We haven't got unlimited time. We're only going to resolve on this. We're not going to reject. Oh. Could use knowledge coalescing, but whatever. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to set a 1 second timeout, because I'm going to assert that it takes 1 second for that thing to close. Okay, so we can now just do this according to my calculations. No, we can now go sort of like this. Then might be able to just pass it into done. Like that. And then we want to avoid the race condition where it calls done before it does the assertion. Let's try that. As far as I'm aware, no one has ever called close on a Zeebe client in production. What didn't it like? Await is only valid in an async function. Oh. Go back here. So I'm gonna make this thing async. I could make everything async by default. That will transform. Okay, that did not work. Let's up the ante to 2. Save that. Run it again.
I can hardly believe it. Never thought we would start
Okay.
this road.
It takes somewhere between 1 and 2 seconds to close the gRPC channel. Let's try it 1.5.
But I know that I'm better off.
This is good.
Feel the weight and it's pulling me under.
This is good. Just with this one mock, I've already discovered something about the library. Takes 2 seconds. Let's try it at 1.8.
I just wanna be me.
Under load,
I just wanna be free. No, I don't wanna fight, 'cause I know we'll be fine. Just to say our goodbye.
really?
I just wanna be
1.9 seconds. And no. Okay. Really? Is it really like 100 millisecond difference?
Never thought we would fade.
That's gonna do it.
Looking back, how could we
Okay. Literally takes 2 seconds. But that's not under load. I wonder how it's affected if it's under load.
But I know that we're better off alone.
But even better than that would be for this to emit something when it closes. This is
Started strong, but the distance grew on.
so this dot client
I
equals
just wanna be me. I just wanna be free.
a new proto, and a proto is a
I don't wanna fight, 'cause I know we'll be fine. Just to say our goodbye.
proto.
I just wanna be me.
Load package definition. Okay, so it gives me a
I just wanna be me.
it gives me a gRPC channel.
I just wanna be free.
Really, to drill down into this, I need to find out what that proto channel is, and then find out if it can emit some kind of I'm closed. Let's try it.
I just wanna be me.
Okay, so I'm gonna give this guy a star because this has been very useful to me. I wish there was another way to thank people for creating something. Okay, so it's Node gRPC that we're looking at.
I just wanna be me.
Yeah, why not? Let's try that.
I just wanna be me.
Okay, here we go. It's a party.
I got it bad for a girl like you. You can tell me that you want me to. I want you bad, yeah. Been on the look for a stunner like you. No one can move just the way you.
Hello.
I want you bad.
Something's choking my machine. Which is strange because this is a 32 gig machine. With like, I don't know, some ridiculous Core i9 or something in it. It should not be choking. Maybe it's my fully sick animated webcam frame. Let's have a look. OBS is like cranking through the CPU. Okay, let's have a look. Let's look here. The Node.js gRPC library. Make it a bit bigger. Let's go down and look at the API documentation. Oh, okay, this is this. Okay. Namespaces, modules, classes. Is it a client or a channel? Methods close. Okay. Okay. Let's have a look at the channel. Method close. Same functionality as gRPC client close. Okay, but we can watch the connectivity state and use a watch connectivity state callback. Okay, well, I'm doing that already for errors, so what I'll do is if I go down to here, grab that and put it into the close method. So, get the client. Don't worry about that. State. Put this into info. Deadline 300 seconds. Okay. Passing the current state with a deadline. This gets called when the state changes. So, not sure what that false is, but whatever. Save that. Run the test again. This time when it calls close on the Zeebe client, that should go down into here and we should get the channel state. Yep, I saw it there. I saw it. Channel state ready. Okay, and then it blows up here because the channel state did transition here. Channel's closed on a closed channel. So let's go back to the docs and see, can I figure out if it's closed or not? No, you can't. So here, try this. And then we just catch it here, right? Catch the error. And then go, A. Yep. Save that. Run. That's weird. Let's pipe it through Pinot Pretty. Pinot Pretty, yep. Okay. So, oh, it's trying to JSON stringify it, that's why. Let's just do E to string. So, to this string. Call the toString method. And run it again. Yeah, I'm going to turn this close method into a promise as well. Promises all the way down. Yeah, I like it. There it is. Okay, so oh, this is real ghetto, man. Okay.
Yeah, you can take me there.
Closed. Okay, gotta have a little state machine in here. So we're gonna return a promise.
I see you and you see me too.
Oh, man.
We may be broke, but we see the truth. All this bullshit drama, I can see right through. Everybody wants something.
So resolve and reject. So resolve and reject.
Wherever you go, yeah, you can take me there. Over the ocean, I can see us there. Let's run away and be forever young. We'll catch the
A 2-second timeout by default.
wherever you go, yeah, you can take me there.
Which the user can then configure if they want.
Yeah, you can take me there.
Promises are eager. Starts evaluation immediately, so I can do this. hell? Why doesn't it like that?
Yeah, you can take me there.
So here we say, if it's closed, we'll resolve the promise. It's going to get complicated actually. Because I'm going to do a set timeout for the timeout, and if it doesn't close within that time, I'm going to reject, but the state could do a bunch of things before then. Anyway, let's just make it real simple. And basically, if the first transition at the moment doesn't close it, then it's never going to resolve. So we need to make it re-entrant. Refactor this out into a into another method, and then here, if it's not closed, call this method again. I'll do that later. So here we're just going to reject. Here. Whatever. Like that. And set that to the timeout. Okay, so if I do that, I can now await this. Ta-da! Save that. Go back to my test. Okay, this should now work. And then we just resolve it here. Now we could flatten that, but we're going to make this so that you can call close multiple times, and it's only going to close once. Okay. And this should work. Nope. Let's have a look. Hang on. Channel is closed. True. Hmm. 332. We're waiting on that. Close. We're going to return this promise. Okay, it definitely called that. It awaited that because that got called here. Why didn't it exit in time though? Hang on, there's some kind of... I think there's some kind of timer in here that keeps it alive. Nope. Let's try this. Set interval. Nope. Promise, it's waiting. Awaits all of those, there'll be none. Awaits this. gRPC client close. gRPC client close returns a promise. Waits for all this to happen. Yeah, it's closed. Resolve the promise. Okay. Let's put that here. Save that. Run it again. This should run synchronously. Someone's probably watching this going, dude, it's obvious it's some behavior of Jess that turn off the Pinot. No. Asynchronous operations that weren't stopped in your tests. Oh, okay, maybe it is. Maybe it's this. There's a little state machine around retries. Could be that. What if I set retry to false? Let's try that. Could be the retry machinery. Oh, okay, this sucks because there's no way to cancel a promise. It's not that anyway. So we console log that out. It works. Get rid of that. Yep. And then inside that little machine for the close, we go, hey, the gRPC channel state's ready. And then the gRPC channel state is closed. Well, let's put a console log in here then. Oh, the king of debugging techniques. Yo, I am here. Save that, run it again. Okay, I'm gonna do what it actually says to do. I'm gonna put detect open handles in it. Maybe I need to put it in here. No schema IntelliSense, so flying blind with that. Let's just try it like this. Well, the behavior is different, so I think detect open handles is working. Okay. Okay, even though the gRPC client channel is actually closed, it's still not done. So this is pretty ghetto. Let's go to okay. What happens if the channel is in a failed state and then you call this? That's not going to work. Well, let's find out. Let's see what happens if I do this. So I'm going to set a timeout. Give myself 2 seconds here. Put this in here. Control X. Give myself 2 seconds. So then this is exactly why I wanted to have this this little thing to be able to do this. So if I go save that, run the test, just make sure that it still passes. Then what I'm going to do is, as soon as it logs out here, oh no, the console log comes out after the tests have run. Oh no, okay, so that's where I'd hit Control C. Okay, that works. So run that again. Now this time when it says here, I'm going to hit Control C. Boom. Idle. Yeah, so the server went down and then closed true. Okay. So even if it's in a failed state, that should still work. So in that case, what I can do is this. Set timeout. One second timeout on there, and then I want to do yuck. So here we want to let closed equals false. But the thing is that if it is closed, then you call closed on it again, it's going to throw as soon as it gets to here. So here we would just say return closed. Now if it is closed, we're going to resolve the promise. Otherwise we're going to reject. In which case we can do this. Try it now. it's definitely going to blow up. That's with retry set to false, yeah. Okay. Don't tell me I have to put a 2-second delay in there. That's just disgusting.
I'm searching for some sunshine.
Failed to exit. No, it did. Okay. So with 1 second in there, it works.
Need one ray through the dark skies. I gotta look for the bright side. I know we're gonna be alright. I know we're gonna be alright.
Should wrap this in a try catch then. So catch the error message here. And I can probably dry this out a lot. If it's closed at this point, we're going to resolve.
Just make it through another day. As these dark clouds will go away. I'm holding on to my faith.
I need the state there. Yuck!
I know we're gonna be okay. Yeah, we're gonna be okay.
Okay, I'll just do it like this. Don't shadow variable names. Dude, there's a lot of machinery down in here. But up here, oh. Is it going to reformat? Yep. Okay. Might need to put a 2-second delay down in this gRPC client. In here. But it just means that you never have to put it up into your it takes 2 seconds to close the channel. Yeah. Okay. Boo. Boo, 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 boo. Zeebe client. Okay. And then I need to wire the timeouts down into here. Passing a timeout up here. Okay, but in order for it to operate as advertised, I need to add this functionality in. Okay, I'm gonna have to PR this into the library. That's a good start. I just got the NestJS thing up and running within like 48 minutes, and then the next hour was something I discovered in the library about its behavior. I want this library to be for application programmers to encapsulate the complexity, both of communicating with the Zeebe broker through the gateway, which is the obvious thing, but also to manage the complexity of the connectivity, because I've got some applications running on Commanda Cloud, and when brokers like move to different pods and stuff, like your application can just blow up. And it can be the kind of thing that happens once every now and then, or it can come up on another pod, but then your workers don't recover because their connectivity is disrupted. So that's why I'm building this mock implementation, is to be able to exactly test this kind of stuff. So I'd say that at the moment it's a win. Yeah, real early win. Okay, I'm going to end the stream 10 minutes early this week because I've got a meeting about docs for Zeebe, and we're going to do the developer journey for the different languages: Node, Java, Go, and then stretch goal for that would be for C#, maybe Ruby, and then there's Python as well. But at least for the core ones, which are Java, Go, and Node. Okay, thanks for tuning in. I'll be back same time next week, and I might schedule some more sessions, so keep an eye on the schedules on the page.